Hi, my name is Sung Kim, and I'm going to be presenting on Hydro Flask and how they can improve their company. A problem statement that I came up with was that Hydro Flask hydration bottles are relatively higher in price, and so customer service tend to get a lot of complaints about external surface damage and installation issues that people tend to not want to invest in these bottles. Given the current quality of the Hydro Flask hydration bottles, it will be more realistic for the company to make cheaper prices so that the consumers will be able to invest in these bottles more easily. And a question that Hydro Flask tends to come up with was that would their retained earnings and revenue increase, or would it steadily decrease and plummet and go under bankruptcy? Moving on to the problems associated with Hydro Flask, on the first point, consumers directing away from Hydro Flask is a major issue that we need to seek out because consumers are going to different neighboring brands such as F Nova, Clean Canteen, and Mira only because they are more affordable in prices. For example, there was an article on F Nova saying that this same container will be $10 to $20 cheaper, as well as it will be more durable than the actual Hydro Flask. To help tackle these issues from Hydro Flask, there are 4 different areas where we can set up a budget plan. These 4 places would be for research initiation, marketing, direct labor, and extra production of the Hydro Flask that they need to make. And if you see the table, most of the budget is going to go into the research and initiation only because most of the time spent is going to be at this period of time. Marketing is mainly for advertising and the fact that they are going to implement this new discounted price for these Hydro Flask hydration bottles, as well as direct labor is for those who did help extra and working overtime to get rid of the problems associated with Hydro Flask. With the extra production is mainly for factory work, which comes up for about $4 million, is mainly for the production system where the factory is aware that they're going to be mass producing more Hydro Flask because of the new discounted price and the expected consumer buying rate. In total, it's going to be about $14 million, and these prices are mainly from the Helen of Troy estimated fiscal prices of 2016. Helen of Troy is the parent company of Hydro Flask, so most of the numbers are mainly from this public company that carries Hydro Flask bottles. This is a timeline within the next 2 years, like 2017 and 2018, and the first year is mainly for the actual research and the proposal that we're going to be sending to the directors of the board, and as well as the negotiations with the head of finance operations. For 2018, we're going to try to implement the actual price change for these hydration bottles, and we're going to be overviewing the price change within the next year. And if it's successful in implementing the official site, we're going to be laying it out to the actual retail stores that sell these hydration bottles instead of just putting out discounts on like here and there on different websites. There are counter arguments to this proposal. There is the aspect of expectation and reality. Is this really gonna work? Is this loan budget actually gonna carry out? Personally, I think it is very probable because of the amount of revenue earnings that Hydro Flask currently has. And Helen of Troy even stated in the fiscal financial statements that by the end of 2017, they do expect about $90 million that they're gonna receive in earnings. But the main thing that is concern for the actual company is the idea of the 5% backup to charity organizations, only because most of their purchases do go to these organizations, and the consumers choose where they want to send the amount of 5% to these charities. In conclusion, we have to both consider the benefit of the Hydro Flask company, Helen of Troy, as well as the consumer satisfaction at the end of the day. It is not only possible but probable that this proposal will undergo successfully if the time frame is measured very strategically and that the budget is not under or over budgeted. We're going to be setting up realistic time progress marks. The director of Helen of Troy, as well as myself and other financial officers, will be going through each department of workers to see that progress is being made and that this will inevitably bring advantage to our company.